Whispers in the dark. The town of Raven Hollow had always been a quiet place, nestled deep in the woods far from the bustling cities. Few outsiders ever ventured in, and the locals preferred it that way. The thick forests that surrounded the town seemed to hold secrets older than time itself, and the air always carried a faint, cold chill, no matter the season. Clara Winters was new to Raven Hollow. She had moved there recently after inheriting an old house from a distant relative she never knew existed. The house sat at the edge of the town, on a hill overlooking the forest. It was an imposing structure, made of weathered stone and dark wood, with ivy crawling up its walls like black veins. The locals spoke of it only in hushed tones, warning her to stay away after sundown. But Clara was a skeptic. She didn't believe in ghosts or old wives' tales. The first few days passed quietly. Clara spent her time cleaning the house and exploring the surrounding woods. But on the third night, something changed. She was awakened by a faint whispering coming from the hallway outside her bedroom door. "Who's there?" she called, sitting up in bed. The whispering stopped immediately. She convinced herself it was the wind and tried to sleep again. The next morning, while having coffee at the local diner, Clara asked the waitress about the house. The woman, a middle-aged lady named Mrs. Hale, looked at her with wide eyes. "You mean the old Blackwood Manor? It's been empty for years. Strange things happen there at night. Folks say you can hear the walls talk, see shadows moving where no one should be." Clara smiled. "Sounds like a good story." Mrs. Hale nodded seriously. "You might want to leave before nightfall." That evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Clara sat in the living room reading a book. Suddenly, the lights flickered. The air grew colder. A faint shadow moved across the far corner of the room. Clara's heart pounded. "Hello," she whispered. A voice, barely audible, breathed her name. "Clara." She stood, eyes scanning the room. The whisper came again, clearer this time. "Help me." Her curiosity overpowered her fear. Clara followed the voice upstairs to the attic. The door creaked open, revealing an old trunk covered in dust. She opened it and found a bundle of yellowed letters tied with a faded ribbon. She began reading. The letters were from a woman named Evelyn Blackwood, the original owner of the house, dating back over a century. Evelyn wrote about strange happenings, the shadows, the whispers, and a darkness that crept into the house after her husband disappeared mysteriously. The last letter ended abruptly. "They are coming for me. I don't know how much longer I can fight the darkness. If anyone finds these letters, beware the shadows. They are hungry." Suddenly, the attic door slammed shut. The room plunged into darkness. Clara fumbled for her phone, the screen lighting up dimly. The whispering grew louder, surrounding her like a cold breath. "Clara, join us." She backed into a corner, shaking. Then, the shadows began to take shape. Twisted faces, hollow eyes, reaching hands. They moved closer, whispering promises of eternal rest. With a scream, Clara dropped the letters and bolted out of the attic, down the stairs, and out the front door into the cold night. The shadows stayed behind, trapped in the house's dark heart. The next morning, the townspeople found Clara at the edge of the forest, pale and trembling. She told them everything. Some say the house still stands, waiting for the next curious soul to hear its whispers. And if you listen closely on a quiet night, you might hear Evelyn's voice, pleading from the darkness, warning you to stay away.